5 common challenges to meditation. Most of my students who have their first or second meditation class, they have these challenges to meditation and they feel these seem unsurmountable. And I want to share some of these common challenges and show you techniques to bypass them or overcome them, and therefore enhancing your meditation experience. So the first one is the most common, wandering mind. Your mind is all over the place, you're thinking about what you need to do, and it feels very distracted. The best way to do is to be aware that, hey, your mind is wandering. And then you anchor the mind. And one of the most common techniques to anchor your mind or to keep it in place is breathing. So for some of my students, it's the visualization of the breathing process. You can visualize the breath coming in through the nostril, filling the lungs and the belly, and then coming out. So you can sense there's a start to the breathing, it fills the lungs, there's a pause, and then the breath comes out. For many of my students, I'm going to say 50 to 60% of my students, this is a very powerful technique. The second technique is that of paying attention to the sounds and the sensations of breathing. So for some students, they can put their palm on their belly and they can feel the belly move up and down. It's a very powerful way. Also, some of them can feel the sensation of the breath coming through the nostrils and the upper lip. So they're very acutely aware of the senses. They're acute aware of the clothing over their body that moves as they breathe. So those are very powerful techniques to track your mind. The other techniques I teach people are to use rosary beads. The Catholic people, they have rosary beads. The Hindus, they have rosary beads. Moving the beads in your hand is a very powerful kinesthetic way to anchor yourself. I also give people idea of like, a puppy dog or a little toddler. Your mind is like that. So every time it goes away, you can't jerk it back or you can't order it to come back. You invite it to come back. So many of my students have the visual image of a puppy dog or a little toddler going away, and they generally invite it to come back. The second common challenge is physical itch or discomfort. People will say they suddenly discover different itch or pain. And for me, the techniques I recommend best is to accept those itch and pain. And if you feel itchy, go ahead and scratch that itchy part of your body. It's perfectly okay. The beauty is, as you center yourself, you'll slowly find that the discomfort or itching will go away. So that's a very important thing, accept and adjust. Third one is I have students who fall asleep, and during meditation they feel very uncomfortable about it or they feel awkward about it. And I tell them sometimes your body is so tired you do need to sleep. So what I suggest those people is, one, meditate just before sleeping, so if you fall asleep it's okay. Or the other thing is to meditate when you get up first thing in the morning. Also, I strongly recommend, if you fall asleep often, to do a sitting meditation or a walking meditation. You can do a meditation, sitting meditation with your eyes open. That's a perfectly okay way to go. Or a walking meditation is very powerful. So talk with your instructor. They will normally have good suggestions about what to do about that. Fourth, feeling bored or other uncomfortable emotions. And this is a very normal process in meditation. And take time to examine those feelings. Very moment when you start saying bored or I'm sad or I'm angry, examine those feelings and let them go away. I strongly suggest this in my blog articles. There's something called balloon meditation, and that's a very good meditation to let go of feelings and emotions. The fifth one is many students are disappointed with results. They expect to reach a state of absolute relaxation. And then we sit down and we talk about what results they were expecting. And part of meditation is to let go the need for results. In many cases, just the feeling of centeredness, feeling of comfort is very good. Also, sometimes sitting meditation does not work for many of the people. Then I tell them to try walking meditation. I try to suggest a more active meditation, like using a rosary bead or something to meditation. So I hope you'll check out my website, www.meditation-magic.com, for more ideas. Thank you.